energy as it relates to love at this time? What do they need to know about love? The library is open. Oh, damn. Yeah, I feel like for a lot of you, you are in this mode of just focusing on what brings you joy within your life. Okay? Some of you have started gardening. I'm getting a message here about like gardening or just enjoying time outside. And also experiencing some growth, like, or recognizing that you have experienced personal growth. Maybe feeling like you have evolved in terms of your perspective in love. But yeah, this is the energy of the seeds that you've planted have been watered and are now starting to germinate. You're starting to see growth. You're starting to see what you have planted bloom. And I feel like this is both personally and for some of you, this is actually what you're actually physically planting. Okay? Tell me a little bit more about this. What do we need to know? What is this collective thinking about love at this time? Yeah, you have a new found perspective here. I feel like many of you are emotionally detaching from anything that feels too heavy. This is a collective that's like, if it feels heavy, it's not for me. It's not for me. You're like, if it's meant to come towards me, it'll come to me with ease. So I do feel this is a collective that is trying to focus on what makes them feel at peace, or really just cultivating this relationship with yourself as opposed to focusing a lot about love at this time, to be honest. Okay? Tell me, who is this collective connected to in love? Someone that goes back and forth. Someone that is trying to make a decision about you. Maybe someone who just made a decision about you. Could be an earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Who is this person to my collective? This is somebody who wants to talk to you. This is somebody who feels like you are looking better than you've ever looked. This is somebody who's seeing you much more confidently carrying yourself. You know, maybe even presenting yourself with this newfound confidence, or really like detaching, and that feels attractive to this person. Damn. What else do we need to know about this person, if anything? Yeah, I feel like right now this person's purpose is for you to activate your higher self. Okay? This person's purpose is for you to activate your higher self. I see for many of you, you have transcended this. You have transcended the old version of this relationship. The version of this relationship that kept you playing small, or that forced you to position yourself in a way to make this person comfortable but made you uncomfortable. You've outgrown that. You have officially upgraded and outgrown any relationship that, yeah, prevents you from being able to grow or expand. Okay? So I feel like this is the old version of this relationship. This is forcing this person to level up. Forcing this person to level up. Okay? What is this person thinking, though, about my collective? They feel like if they want an opportunity with you, they are going to have to take a chance here. Okay? This is somebody who's feeling your energy very heavily at this time. Could specifically be an earth sign. I also feel Cancerian energy here. Cancerian energy. This is somebody who is reminiscing. There's nostalgia here. Damn. Are y'all into this person? I honestly feel like this person is in this place in which they're wondering whether you still love them in the same way. Yeah. I truly feel like this energy on your person's side, at least, this is somebody who is questioning whether they've lost out here. They feel your energy very strongly. Okay? They feel your energy very strongly. Because they're seeing you right now as being very clear about what you're wanting. And not being open to anything that causes you confusion. I feel like this is a collective that's unwilling to entertain anything that feels confusing. And I feel like this person confused you for a really long time, to be honest. For some of you, a black car is significant. Okay, a black car is significant. For some of you, this person had to get a divorce that's significant, or there's something about them going through a divorce. There is an awareness here, though. There's a realization around the fact that, yes, there's a risk here to take, but they want to take a risk. They know that they can't operate in the same way that they did in the past. I feel a connection to ancient Egypt. This is a very specific confirmation. There's something here about being able to learn from some type of ancestral healing. This could be on your side or their side, learning from ancestral healing here. But I feel like your person is feeling very alone right now as it relates to you. Interesting. I feel like they might be taking a step towards you here because your love is unconditional. Your love is unconditional. Okay? they do feel like they've never experienced anything that is as genuine as the love that they experience with you. There could be a spontaneous or unexpected visit, surprise visit, or like popping back up in your life to negotiate, to bargain, to beg for some of you. Snakes could be significant. Okay, recently you could have seen a hot air balloon. That could be significant. Some of you have been like planning a girls or boys trip. That could be significant, like just going out and having fun and not really thinking about this. Some of you have been thinking about getting a tattoo. That could be significant. Okay. I'm getting the initials K, M, P, and S. Okay. C as well. K, M, P, S, C. Okay. What else we need to know about this connection? Yeah, this is somebody who's been searching for you. Searching for you, looking for you. Because they feel discarded. Discarded. For some of you, this is somebody who's like playing sad songs and thinking about you right now. Because it helps them connect to you. There's something about wanting to stay connected to you. Okay? Damn. There is an obsession here. I feel like there's something here that's very sweet that you do for them. We're not going to talk about what that is, but there's something about your sweetness. So your energy is very sweet to them. Tasty. You're very tasty. Okay? We're not going to digress further. It is a daytime program. But yeah, you've left this person wanting more for sure. You've definitely left this person wanting more. It's like they're caught between a rock and a hard place. They're caught between something that feels like there's like legal paperwork or something to do with court and like wanting this like sweet indulgence. Something that they feel like is like genuine and deep and profound and powerful. It's like they can't help but want more. But I do feel like in the past there could have been some avoidance. There could have been some avoidance, okay? Why were they avoiding this in the past? Mercy after dark. Because for some of you, they didn't trust how high this brought them. It's like they made them feel like they had like a rush. It was like an adrenaline rush. I feel that you felt that as well. The adrenaline rush of this connection. But it feels like, at least from their perception, that they're concerned that time might be running out. There is a magnetic pull towards you. They can't resist. Some of you have curly hair or like wavy hair or very long hair. Or this person has long hair or curly hair. There's something here that feels like a travesty, like a tragedy. And I feel for many of you, it's this person feeling like they never got a chance to actually ground this. Because for a long time, I feel like this was like something that existed only in fantasy. For some of you, like you never even really dated this person or really got to spend a lot of time with this person, but you still knew that they were a soulmate or a high level soul connection. For some of you as well, you have a tattoo with a heart on it. Interesting. But I'm still getting this image of you tending to your own soil, like taking care of yourself, gardening. Some of you, like I said, heavy focus in this reading around gardening. Like maybe even specifically like cutting flowers from outside and putting them in a vase in your house. Okay. I'm seeing that most of you are really enjoying this moment of presence. And it's making this person very anxious. Because you're not as in this as you were in the past. You're not as focused or invested. And yeah, they're kind of panicking. They're kind of panicking. Okay. Tell me, what is the reason why they're panicking though? I feel like for many of you, this is somebody who could be concerned that you might be moving. So maybe they're aware of this. Maybe you're moving or you're thinking about moving. They feel like you are closed down though. You're locked away. Maybe they fear as well that you're connecting with someone else who's going to lock you down. For some of you, this is somebody who feels like you need to get on the same page about this. You need to get on the same page about this. I feel this energy of a meeting. Again, for many of you, this feels surprising. A surprise in which you may not even be expecting it. You may not even be expecting it. And for others, this meeting feels like it maybe comes in as like a run-in, but it's like they're intentionally running into you. Damn. Some of you have been planning a trip in which you might accidentally see this person. Okay. Tell me, what does this person want my collective to know about their intentions at this time? That they've gotten the clarity that they need. That they're ready to step into a path that is destined. But is it too late? I feel like for some of you, it might be too late. What does my collective think of this relationship? Damn. feast or famine with this person. You feel like they're either ghosting you or like fully invested in and focused on you. Wow. I feel like you're having a difficult time. You might feel like this triggers an abandonment wound. You might feel like this triggers a part of you that was wounded before you met this person. You might feel like this person leaves you questioning everything, but you don't want to be in that energetic state anymore. You really want to focus on this new energy that you've cultivated. You really do want to feel like this person like has your best interests at heart. Yeah, so interesting. So interesting. Okay. Tell me a little bit more about what this person is desiring with my collective. They want to let go of the burdens of the past here. They want to be able to heal this relationship. But yeah, I feel like this may be difficult for you to trust. For some of you, there's a shift coming in June that is significant. Because they have gone through this process of recognizing their fears and healing the part of them that was holding them back. I feel like what was holding them back is that they were being too patient, or they were waiting too long to do something. For some of you, this person had to just do something and they were avoiding it for way too long. And I feel like they're realizing that they're not going to avoid this anymore. Damn. Any final insight here into the month of June for this collective? Yeah, your emotions will be coming and going for this person. I feel for some of you, this is somebody who feels like you're kind of punishing them right now. Wow. I get this energy of this person feeling like you are avoiding them or detaching from them as a punishment or as payback, but you're not. But you're not. I don't see that. I feel like you just don't want to be weighed down by anything that makes you feel burdened. I feel that many of you feel like this pause is necessary for you to be able to question whether you even do want this person back. You're doing it for your well-being. And you don't want to give in to anything that feels like it's just based on lust. Like, yes, you desire this person, but I feel for a lot of you, yeah, you're done. Damn. I feel like this is a collective that might be done. Or that, again, feels like this is not as sweet as it used to be. Damn. Okay. Advice for this collective. How are we moving forward? Okay. Yeah. Chocolate. Some of you have been listening to the 1975. Some of you were born in 1975. Okay. Some of you really like chocolate. Some of you are just feeling like your life is sweeter without focusing on anyone who is salty. Okay. Or keeping you stuck in your sad girl era, sad boy era. Thank you, Gail. I feel this energy of like moving on and actually feeling at peace with that decision for a lot of you. Okay. You could be a Cancer. You still feel unfinished business, but you feel like this relationship in its iteration feels done. And a lot of you are not confident that even this person coming forward is going to change anything. It's going to change anything. So you are letting go. You are letting go. And like, it's taken a lot of strength to do this. I feel like this has been very difficult. But I feel like, you know, in your energy, you have come to this decision and it feels peaceful. It feels peaceful. Okay. So final advice around moving forward. What are we needing to know? I feel like it is about setting limits with this person. Okay. Listen, if they did come forward completely unencumbered by the past, ready to level up with you, ready to just live in their truth, being consistent with you, being reliable with you, willing to prove themselves to you, and they earn back your trust, you may give them an opportunity to at least develop like a friendship with you and see where things go from there. But for a lot of you, you don't feel hopeful anymore. You don't feel optimistic that this person can change. And you're sick of being in something that feels frustrating for you. And I feel like this is a collective that is actually sending boundaries here. Releasing any resentments you have around whether this person essentially treated you in a way because, you know, they were trying to hurt you or they didn't care. Just letting go. And really trusting the decision you've made here. Okay? So, let's get final insight into the future path here. What are we needing to know? Yeah, and for some of you, you don't even want a friendship with this person. You don't want anything. You don't want to be able to get yourself in a situation where you feel like there could be blurred lines. Okay, blurred lines. For this collective. And here's the thing. I feel like this relationship for a long time has not brought you happiness. It's just made you kind of sad. It's made you kind of sad. I feel for a lot of you, you realize that this relationship hasn't been like joyful or exciting or exhilarating for some of you for like months or years. It's like maybe at first it was like that, but not anymore. Not anymore. Okay. So some of you have not lost your ability to dream, but you are dreaming towards a new world, a new path. Okay. What will the final outcome be for this relationship in the long-term path? I feel for a lot of you, you're going to be the one that got away for this person. You're going to be the person that haunts them, haunts their dreams, haunts their energy. Every time they have a moment of silence or a moment of not being distracted, they're always going to feel pulled back to you. Okay. For some of you, this is somebody who's going to continuously try to connect with you, but the universe is going to protect you. It's going to protect you and prevent you from being in connection. And I see when you do see this person in person, for some of you, you might like acknowledge it, but still stay detached. Still stay detached. Just because it feels like, at least from your perspective, this is a relationship that keeps you stuck. Okay? So I feel like this is a collective that's moving forward. Now, what are they moving towards in love in the future? Some of you already have new energies that are trying to communicate with you, trying to get your attention, trying to woo you. Some of you have a water sign or a fire sign that's like right around the corner or is already connecting with you that you are excited about or you will soon connect with. Could be younger than you or just somebody who has like a very youthful energy, someone that wants to be able to have an opportunity, someone that finds you very attractive, someone that is emotionally available. This is an energy that will come in quickly. This is an energy that will want to take the lead. So for a lot of you, I feel like you already have new love coming in. Okay? Damn. Tell me about this new love potential. What is this relationship supposed to be? Oh my goodness. Here's the truth. Some of you are going to have a lot of options and you may not want to settle down with any of them. This is for honestly a collective that I feel like is going to be that is going to be in like your sexy summer era, like your hoe era this summer. I feel like this is a collective that's going to have a lot of people that are trying to get your attention or take you out or showing interest in you. And it feels like you'll just be allowing them to admire you, allowing them to entertain you. That's what this energy feels like, to be honest. I feel like this is a collective that does, of course, want to eventually settle down or wants to be able to have a relationship with a long-term partner. But it feels like, at least in the near future, this is just about you being adored. Yeah, rostering, like getting that harem together. This is about you having this solid roster of energies that are seeking you out because they find you attractive. And what they find even more attractive about you is that you're coming through as being really happy and confident, like radiating that confidence. And it feels like this next few months for a lot of you is just about enjoying having all of these admirers, to be honest. Like, look at this. You got a water sign, you got a fire sign, you got an earth sign, you got an air sign. Okay, everyone's coming out of the woodwork. Everyone's coming out of the woodwork. Everyone wants a piece of you, okay? And you get to decide who gets a sample. And these samples ain't free. They're going to have to work for it, okay? They're going to have to work for it. They're going to have to show their interest. They're going to have to show that they have some intentions, solid intentions, that they are going to take you out, that they're going to make you feel attractive. You know, they're going to make sure that they work for it. So let's get some advice here for this collective. Final advice here. Yeah, you are moving forward. You're moving forward in confidence. This is a collective that I feel like feels a sense of resolve in knowing they've made the right decision. Okay? So you continue to stay in this place of emotional peace, really cultivating the state of emotional well-being. I feel like this is a collective that has never felt more at peace with where they are in love. And you have put in the work to be able to achieve this energy. Like, you are in a higher vibrational state. You are attracting in energies from near and far. It's really going to be up to you who you choose to prioritize. Okay? I hope this message was helpful for my collective. Sending so much love, positive energy, and abundance. If you enjoyed that collective message and you're ready to be able to have admirers coming forward near and far, fighting for your love, 1111 down below. You're welcome, Chachki. Hi, Shasha. Thank you, Gail. She's a fairy. She's a fairy. Thank you, Gail. I love you. Let's do a few quick general messages as promised. Yes, Carly. A few general. For those who are asking, I have one spot left in the donation list. Then we're booked. So if you're wanting the last spot, go right now. Links in my bio. It says TikTok readings. Last one. And I'm on again till Monday. Okay. Let's do some general messages as promised. As promised. Promises kept. Promises delivered. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes, general. Listen how people are excited. People get for general. You're making me feel bad. You guys are making me feel bad that I don't do this enough for you. Yes. Okay, for those who want a general message, I want to hear hell yeah down below. Let me know. Let me know if you're ready for this general message. We are not currently doing yes or no questions. We will do some yes or no questions after this general collective. Okay? We will. We promise. Hell yeah. Let's get it. What are we needing to know about this collective in a general sense? Hi, Miss Brandy. Spirits, angels, and guides, ascended masters, loved ones, teachers, positive ancestors. Overall energy here for my collective. Oh, dang. At this time, this is a collective that is feeling more grounded than you have felt in a long time, okay? Yeah, I feel like this is a collective. Damn, on. Diggity damn. I'm excited for you. This is a collective that is grounding, but not for any, gratuitous purpose, not without purpose, okay? The reason why you're grounding at this time, the reason why you are feeling more at peace, more at ease, the reason why you are finding your center and your composure is because you are about to receive an amazing amount of abundance, or you're about to have infinite abundance flowing in through you. So new opportunities. This could be new financial opportunities, or this could even be like expansion in career. It feels like any obstacle that you had along your path is being removed. Okay. Spiritual support and connections are increasing, and you are grounding at this time to prepare. We have to ground to receive abundance. We have to ground to be able to have the capacity to receive, because it's like, okay, imagine somebody is in a place in their life in which, let's say that they're going through a lot of struggles, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. Maybe they're going through some type of instability or some type of addictions issues, or you're just in a transient place. And all of a sudden that person receives this huge lottery winning, right? They're not necessarily going to be able to receive. They're not available, receptive, focused, and essentially tuned in to the frequency of being able to ground, receive that abundance. And I feel this energy of a collective that is grounding to receive all of this new abundance, all of these new opportunities. For most of you, you feel this. You feel like you're in a state that's calmer than you felt in a long time. This is the calm before expansion. Before expansion. Okay. What are we needing to know about this? Specifically, a message as well to the mamas. Okay, there's a message here about mamas. If you're a mother, or again, any kind of mother, a mother of kids, a mother of pets, a mother of plants, a mother of dragons. This is a message to the mothers, and just knowing that it is time for you to take care of yourself in the same way that you take care of others. Okay. I also feel in this collective that you have in your spiritual journey, in your awakening journey, recognized that you have something really important to share. There's something here about wanting to be able to follow this path of sharing your story, or maybe even being able to educate others. So maybe you're feeling called to step into like an advisory role, a mentorship role. Maybe you're feeling called to guide others. Maybe you feel called at this time to become a teacher. And I don't mean like teacher in a professional capacity, but you're really feeling like you have something within you that you've learned, and you really do want to share this. Okay. So don't let anyone stop you from sharing this knowledge that you've gained. I feel like this is a collective that really has important insights, valuable tools. Okay. Your life experiences, ways to live, ways to approach the world. This is not just about you sharing again in a professional capacity. This also could be you becoming a content creator. Maybe you've been feeling called to share more on social media. Don't let your fears stop you. I feel like there have been fears in the past that have stopped you from being able to share what would definitely help and support others. Okay. But yeah, definitely more messages here as well around grounding. What is this collective's highest energy at this time? Wow. So for most of you, you are moving through a portal right now. You're moving through a portal, and you are facing some fears here. So there are major spiritual changes here that are unfolding. What are these fears that they're facing? So for some of you, it's like there's something that you had to accept that was not real. So this could have been like a belief system, something that you believed for a long time. And maybe you're having to shift that belief or accept that that wasn't real or that wasn't true to you. That's more what it feels like. It wasn't true to you. It's not true to who you've become. In order for you to step into your personal power or transcend this, you have to recognize that there's something that no longer feels true to who you are. And it feels like if you can accept that this is no longer true to who you are, the person you've become, this is going to help you experience a lot of growth and help you receive these miracles, again, that the universe is supporting you and calling in. Okay? But yeah, there's definitely shifting of belief systems here. What were the belief systems that we shifted? Yeah, for some of you, you might have even felt like you had to isolate yourself. There's an energy here in this collective of self-protection. Isolating yourself, or maybe even keeping yourself away from the world. Going through a process of grieving or healing and not knowing who you could trust. I feel this energy of finally feeling maybe comfortable to come out of a period of isolation and being able to know who you can trust because you've learned what is real and what isn't real. You've learned who is true to you and who isn't true to you. You've learned the type of relationships that are healing for you and the relationships that are triggering for you. And I don't just mean romantic, I mean platonic, romantic, and otherwise. This is a big shift. This is a big shift. And this represents a lot of growth and expansion. And it feels like this is also something that feels like it is grounding for you. For many of you, yes, this is about friendships. This is about friendships. What did this collective learn about friendships specifically? Yeah, that other people perceive things differently, but your perception is your reality. So just because someone else perceives things differently doesn't mean that you have to accept that perception. Doesn't mean that it's good enough for you. Doesn't mean that that relationship is healing for you. Yeah, I feel like a lot of you have set boundaries. Definitely. Because you were feeling like you were being victimized, but then maybe you realized that you allowed yourself to be victimized by prioritizing how other people saw things versus how you saw things. Because you were trying to be impartial. You're trying to be congenial. You're trying to ensure that those friendships worked or that, you know, you could continue to have this friend in your life, but maybe you feel like that was self-sacrificing. For many of you, it was self-sacrificing. Okay? Any other insight here for this collective? Yeah, you don't have to accept less than what you deserve anymore. I feel like the more you accept less than what you deserve in any circumstance, the more that it haunts you. The more that it haunts you. And you're learning that it is better to make a difficult decision and maybe offend someone else than offend yourself. And allow yourself to be haunted by the awareness of the acceptance of decisions that you knew didn't serve you. Okay? Final advice moving forward. How are we evolving? Yeah, I feel like this is also about not allowing yourself to focus on what other people think of you. I feel like that has been really critical to your growth. For a long time, I feel like you even were susceptible to other people's perception of you. And maybe even for some time, you really did exist within your friendships or your relationships based on how people would view you, whether they thought that you were a good friend to them or whether, you know, they really were seeing you in a favorable light. And I don't see you in that place anymore. I feel like this is a collective that has grown and distanced themselves. And for some of you as well, you were dealing with some people who could have been like gossipy or who were so focused on pointing fingers at other people but not taking accountability. And I feel like those relationships could have been very harmful because you are naturally somebody who would defer to being very self-aware. Any relationship that would be overly critical towards you or judgmental towards you is always going to be an imbalanced relationship. Okay? So I feel that many of you are distancing yourself from people again who are more akin to pointing the finger at others versus being accountable to their own behavior. Because you know you'll always be accountable to your behavior, but you always feel like that has become an act of self-sacrifice in the past. Okay? Last point of advice for this collective into the months of the spring and the summer. Okay. So choose to be able to rise above anything that prevents you from being your truest version of self. There are these moments in our life when we recognize that we have to let go of a lot, whether that's people, whether that's old jobs, whether that's our perception of ourself, our belief systems, maybe if it's in a place that we live, these things that used to feel true to us, but they don't feel true to us anymore. Okay? So in order to be able to move into your true self, you have to rise above. You have to step beyond. You have to be willing to trust that when you navigate to this higher plane, yes, maybe it feels lonely and isolating for a moment, but eventually you will attract in like type frequencies, whether those are people, places, things, opportunities. But for a moment, it feels quiet. It feels still. It feels isolating. And I feel like this is a collective that is now wanting to unguard themselves, but only to the right energies. And maybe it feels like your life is quiet socially at this time. Maybe you feel like you don't have those relationships that you would like to have in your life because you have made some decisions to set boundaries and to release people. And you're feeling now at this time that maybe your social life isn't super exciting or expansive, and you're craving that connection. Trust and know that it will come, okay? You are awaiting to accept and receive divine love in all forms, romantic and platonic and otherwise. But no longer are you being permitted by yourself or your guides to accept relationships that do not foster giving and receiving in a state of equanimity. No longer are you permitting yourself to accept relationships in your life that prevent you from being able to speak your truth or prevent you from being able to have open communication where you're constantly carrying the weight of unmet needs. It feels like at this time it is important to just accept that the new relationships are a vibrational match to what you've been desiring. And for many of you as well, you need to honor your sensitivity, right? You need to honor your sensitivity. You are not an individual that is going to be okay with relationships that erode your boundaries, your principles. You're not going to be okay with relationships in which the person, again, is always talking negatively or gossiping. You do have such a beautiful light within you, but you have to protect that light. And again, you have to honor the delicacy that is within you. It is your truest gift, okay? So I hope that message was helpful for my collective, sending so much love, positive energy, and abundance. If you enjoy that collective message, 777 down below to let me know. It baffles me. It confounds me. It kerfuffles me. I agree. Let's do some yes or no questions. All you have to do is add your name or your initial and your question down below. The song is Hammer to the Heart. Some of you have felt a hammer to the heart recently. Just know the process of healing that you're undergoing will take hold. You will rest your weary heart and come back stronger on the other side. I promise, if you are feeling the need to rest or to recharge, that you are moving towards a beautiful new cycle in all areas of your life on the other side of it. Hi, Kat. How are you? I've been loving your lives lately. Okay, guys. Let's get to it. We're going to do a